It often strikes me that one of the first questions we ask another person when we first meet them is, where are you from? Where are you from tells us a lot about a person. It tells us normally what they wear. It sometimes tells us what food they like to eat. It tells a person some of the cultural things that are so core to who they are. For example, if a person were from Wisconsin, you would immediately know that they're either a Packers fan or they're a traitor. You'd know that they either love cheese or they're really not a real Wisconsinite. And you also know that they always go deer hunting every fall. Asking a person, where are you from, gives us a huge insight into who they are. But a deeper question that we often don't ask is, where are you going? Where are you going is a question that reveals the heart. Sometimes when I'm on an airplane, I'll ask a person, where are you going? And their answers reveal something profound about them. I'm going on a work trip. I'm a traveling nurse. I'm going to visit family that I only see a few times a year. I'm going to say goodbye to a friend who's dying from cancer. Where someone is going reveals their heart. It reveals what they love. Our lives are an entire expression of this fundamental direction, this fundamental orientation of our lives. Where you are going shows you what you love. And I'm not talking about going to the grocery store or going to Menards. I'm talking about going either totally to God for all eternity or away from God for all eternity. I'm speaking about if we're either going to heaven or to hell. I would like to venture that it's our mothers that have a particular insight into this fundamental orientation of our lives. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And I think mothers know what their children are doing, where they are going. They have an insight into this fundamental orientation of our lives. And that's why when mothers see their children going in a way that is really sad or is really hard, it breaks their hearts the most. Mothers know where their children are going. They have an insight into that fundamental orientation of their lives. The Ascension of Jesus, the feast we celebrate today, gives us the insight into his heart. It shows us what he loves. Right after he rose from the dead, one of the first people he appeared to was Mary Magdalene. And he told her, I am going to my Father and to your Father, to my God and to your God. That answer reveals the fundamental orientation of Jesus' life. It reveals his heart. It reveals who he loves. He loves the Father. His whole life was oriented towards his Father, and that's where he is going. If you ask Jesus, where are you going? He would say, I am going to my Father. The amazing part about the Ascension is that that answer does not just reveal what Jesus' fundamental orientation is. It reveals ours as well. Notice what he said to Mary Magdalene. I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. Mary, when she heard this, went straight to the apostles and she told them exactly what Jesus said. And they oriented their lives towards the Father, towards Jesus' Father and their Father, towards Jesus' God, his fundamental direction, and their God as well. When they made their fundamental orientation of their lives going only to God, they began to live the sacramental life. In the Acts of the Apostles, it says they devoted themselves to prayer, the communal life, and the breaking of the bread. They devoted themselves to the Eucharist, to the sacraments. And when they did that, it gave them a conviction. This conviction that nothing could shatter, nothing could shake. A few chapters later in the Acts of the Apostles, there's a story about how the Sanhedrin arrested the apostles, threw them in prison, and then brought them out the next day. And what happened is they told the apostles, do not preach in the name of Jesus. Stop preaching in that name. And the apostles said, who are we to listen to you, men, rather than God? We have to follow God. They had a fundamental conviction that their journey was to the Father. And because they had been living the sacramental life, prayer, community, and the Eucharist, they had that strength. We are called to be witnesses as well, just like the apostles. And one of my first witnesses in my life was my own mother. Many of you who might have been at this parish for many years remember that when I was just a little kid, maybe like 5 or 6 years old, my mom used to bring me to the Adoration Chapel, which used to be in the annex. And I still have people come up to me and say, oh, Zach, I remember when you were so little and you used to go into the Adoration Chapel, and it was so cute. And she would also take us to Mass. Almost every day, we'd go to daily Mass. And on weekends, of course, we would go to Mass. So my mom lived that sacramental life, and she became the witness to me. And I think it's fair to say if I hadn't had her witness, I wouldn't be standing here today. And my dad continued to witness to me as well. He took us to Mass. He made sure we got to go to confession when we needed to. He put us in the youth group. He helped me to have a relationship with God with daily prayer. Brothers and sisters, we are called to witness to Jesus Christ from that conviction that we have from the sacraments. And don't go out into the streets and start proclaiming, hey, Jesus is Lord. Hey, that'd be cool if you did. But you don't have to start there. Start with your family. My mom was a witness to me. My dad was a witness to me. Witness to your brothers and sisters. Witness to your children. Witness to your relatives, your friends, your neighbors. And show them where your fundamental orientation of your life is, where you are going. So my brothers and sisters, as we approach the altar today, let us draw strength from the Eucharist, strength to have that conviction to be able to witness to Jesus Christ, to those closest to us in our lives.